friends, welcome to this week's class of the DFU. This is our 20th episode in our Final Fantasy VII semester, and today isn't going to quite feel like the rest of the semester. We are going to be talking only about Yuffie, and we are going to be talking about, what is it, Chris? What am I looking at today?
Breaks.
Limit breaks.
Finally
Guys,
seeing what those are.
I'm really excited because Chris said the term limit breaker at me probably 80 times over the last 19 episodes, and I had no clue what he was talking about, and I think it took probably 15 episodes before I'm finally like, can you explain this to me? Because when you haven't played the actual game, some of these mechanics you don't really understand. And so today, I'm gonna learn! And if it didn't make sense to you either, join me! Chris is teaching us, and we are just going to jump right into it, and please join us and follow along.
Alright, starting off with Cloud. So it's going to go 1 through 7. Basically the way it's looked at is that there's, that's cross slash, that's my favorite. Blade being pretty cool too. Actually, I'll probably just wait till that's the best.
Okay, so I'm watching stuff, but I have no framework for what I'm watching. Okay, cool.
It's just Cloud's the best. He's almost done. Basically, what I was saying is that there's 4 groups, and there's 2 limit breakers per group. You get a limit breaker due to your level. And then once you get that limit breaker, how many enemies you kill with that limit breaker unlock the next one for that group. And then you have to move on so you don't make another one until you kind of like level again, almost type deal.
Okay, so you unlock these over the course of the game.
This is his final limit breaker right here, Omni Slash. This is the one I said you had to kill Sephiroth with, which is why they're doing it right here.
Holy shit.
Cloud don't fuck around. Take that, Sephiroth, you motherfucker. Hey, Aerith.
And you said there's 2 groups? You kind of have 2 paths that you can unlock, or do you unlock both?
There's 2 per group, 4 groups total.
4
the
groups.
Last group, the 4th group, only has 1, which is the final limit breaker. You unlock the first one you automatically get the first one automatically. You unlock the next one by, I believe, killing a certain amount of enemies with that one. Or no, using it. You use the first one a certain amount of times, and you unlock the next one. Then you kill a certain amount of enemies with the second one to unlock the first one of the next category. And then same thing, rinse and repeat all the way through until you get the final. And then the final one, you always gotta do something special. So like Clouds you had to get from beating the battle arena. Tifa's you had to get from doing a series of shit behind the scenes with the piano and stuff.
So you do some special feat, and your final, like, super move is unlocked?
Yep,
okay.
The final limit breaker, correct. So as you saw with Aerith, all her shit was support. All healing and mana and shit like that.
Which, can you remind me, are there any other healing mana kind of characters in your party, or is it just her?
It's pretty much just her. People do have some support moves. It just really depends on the character. Like Red 13 has a move where it speeds the entire party up. Barrett just used a move that actually stole mana from the enemy team.
I mean, that's cool. So, it looks like these are just ways of doing gigantic amounts of damage.
Yes, basically. So if you look on that right side right there, you'll see wait and limit. Wait is how long you have to wait for that bar to get to the top for you to take your turn. As you take damage over time, you then... Oh, well, this is the cool thing about Tifa's. They're going one into another. Hers the only one that stacks. So when she uses her limit, she has all of her limit breaks. She does them one right after another. For the other characters, you can only use one at a time. So she just keeps going and going. Look at this shit. And tell me Tifa wouldn't whip Yang's ass. Get out of here. Oh.
So, the limit bar. How do you fill that?
You by taking damage and dealing damage. So
is the kind of the logic here, you get hit enough times, you get pissed off, and then you start doing
pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Now there are potions and stuff you can take, or spells you can cast to speed up your progress, and it'll start going by itself a little bit. So you can add like Fury, and you'll get it faster, and then you can pop more limits. That's how you farm limits, by getting buying a bunch of Fury.
Alright, that was cool, Red 13. Dang. And it seems like all of these are capping out at 999. Is that the highest?
That's because their characters are all... The dude that's doing it, all his characters are maxed out. But yes, that is what they cap out at, yes. So when you're maxed out, most of it will hit at 999. It really depends.
Okay. And it looks like some of these hit multiple enemies, some of these only hit one.
Yep. Most of it's their final one, like that was a final limit breaker for Red 13.
Jeez. Okay, and the time is obviously just the time it takes in between each of these moves getting utilized.
Well, the time is how long it takes for it to be your turn to fight. And each one of those time bars are per character. As you see, it says Cloud, Red 13, Yuffie. Everybody has separate time bars. Because enemies can do stuff to slow down time bars, and they can do it to a specific character without that hitting the other team. So you're not guaranteed that all your characters will go at the same time.
Okay. That makes more sense. Alright.
You have stuff like Fury, which makes you go faster. You have stuff like Sadness, which makes you go slower. Yeah, there's tons of stuff that can fuck with that. Sleep.
And are those some of the status effects that you've been talking about?
Yep.
Okay, got it. And HP is hit points in this particular scenario?
Yep.
What we're looking at on the screen?
Yep. And magic points for her MP.
Magic points.
Which it does not cost any mana whatsoever to do a limit break.
Interesting.
It's not a spell. It's an ability that you actually have. You just gotta wait over time to use it.
Okay.
Oh, here we get all of Vincent's transformations.
I have so much more compassion for Vincent now.
Right.
Like, I'm not actually filled with rage right now. I almost said, like, oh, poor Vincent. Like, thinking about what he's been through.
Well, some of his transformations still suck. Like Death Gigas.
Stupid fucking name. Yeah.
He looks so dumb. God, I hope they revamp the shit out of this one. Hellraiser or Hellmasker too. I really hope that one also got one. And you gotta remember, Vincent only has 4 limit breaks, but his limit break form has 2 powers apiece. So technically, or 2 attacks apiece. That's why they're doing 2 attacks with him every time. So technically, he's got 8.
Oh, that's right. This was such a stupid... God. I dislike his transformations. I like the concept. I dislike what they chose.
Yeah, the first one and the last one I like. The 2 middle ones.
I'm cool with those.
And now we get Chaos.
Just Satan.
Pretty much.
Jeez, that's awesome! Okay, that is cool.
Right. Well said.
And of course, it's all aerial.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jumper character.
Happy.
Dynamite.
I really love Sid. Sid's fantastic.
And that restored all his MP and HP too on that one.
Dang. How many times is he gonna hop here? This is great. Man's been doing some calisthenics. Dang. Oh, look how mad that plant is.
And there's Final One Highwind, name of the plane.
Yeah. Yes! I was hoping it was an aerial assault. That's fantastic.
Yep. And Kate Sip only has 2 limit breaks. Dice. Slots.
Jeez.
But slots has a whole bunch of different variations. So,
Uh-huh.
as you know from the other video we watched.
Yeah. This person was great to show us all of them.
Right?
Gigantic fat chocobo.
Right.
I love it. Jeez. Oh, is this the one that kills everybody?
No. Yeah,
No.
you got the, we're still in Toy Box at the moment.
That's true, I guess, yeah.
Mob dance. Lucky girl.
Because that was totally necessary. What the fuck were those?
Turned to, oh, the ostrich birds or whatever they are.
That had hands? Like,
Yeah.
ugh! Ostriches would freak me out way more if they had hands. Like,
There's game
fuck
over.
that
And
noise.
he's doing it against the Emerald weapon too. That's that one I told you that literally will wipe you if you have a shit ton of materia. That's the second hardest one in the game. Look at that. One hit. Game over. So fucking strong. Now he's doing it against fucking the Ruby. That's exactly what I was talking about. He's gonna kill everybody. Yep. Alright. Thoughts on limit breakers?
So they seem really cool, and the fact that you have to earn them is wonderful. I wasn't sure, based on how you explained them to me, I wasn't sure how you got them, like if it came with materia or what. Actually, that's a good question. Does materia affect these at
No.
all?
Nope.
Okay.
Materia has nothing to do with limit breakers whatsoever. You don't have to put any materia on any of your characters at all. You can go through the entire game without using materia if you really want to. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a lot rougher, but you could technically go all the way through without using materia.
So these are just moves that over time they learn how to do, and it
Yep.
completely ignores whatever weapon they're using or anything else, and it's just what the characters themselves can do. Correct?
Like I said, if we use Cloud as a perfect example, because I know all his limit breakers by heart, you literally start out with Braver, and then you use Braver 8 times, and you'll unlock Clem Hazard, and then Cross Slash, and then from Cross Slash you kill, I think it's like 80 enemies with Cross Slash, and then you'll unlock Blade Beam, and then you'll move into Clem Hazard. And same, it's literally rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Every single one works just like the one before. First unlocks the second unlocks first unlocks second unlocks first, all the way to the sixth one, and then the 7th is always something special you have to do to obtain it.
Huh.
The only people who are different or the only person that is different is Kate Sith. You don't do any special to unlock his last one. You literally just use the dice 8 times and you'll get Slot Machine. Because he only has the 2. Vincent,
so
you
interesting.
can't get right off the bat. You have to go get from Lucrezia's cave, where you get death penalty and chaos. Tifa is just getting it from behind her childhood piano. Clouds, like I said, is the battle arena. Whenever you open the Nibelheim mansion safe and fight the lost number, it also drops Chaos Memory, which is Red 13's. I don't remember how you get All Creation, which is Yuffie's. And Sid's, I don't remember how you get Highwind either. And Barrett's you get by going back to Corel, like in third disc into second disc. You go back and you stop the train from crashing. That's whenever you get Barrett's catastrophe.
I like that not only is each limit breaker distinct for that character, like they didn't all look the same for that character. They also didn't look all the same all the way across. Like Sid's were very distinctly different from Yuffie's, which were very distinctly different from Cloud's, which were very distinct all the way down. This wasn't a rinse and repeat of animation. This was intentionally giving every character their own expression visually, and it was fantastic. I really liked it.
Yeah, it is really, really cool thing to do. I really enjoy it as well. It's one of those things where it's like, I'm trying to think of it, like you said, it's unique to them and unique to their skill, which is pretty cool. My favorite thing about it is like everybody's works pretty much differently. You've got Vincent with the transformations, Kate Sith with the all luck, Barrett's is all ranged, Aerith is all support, Tifa's stacked together. Like, that's just, I love Tifa's. Tifa's is probably one of my favorites, besides obviously Omni Slash for Cloud. Well, I love all Clouds, honestly, but besides Omni Slash for Cloud, but I love fucking Tifa shit. Tifa shit's pretty fucking dope.
I love that Yuffie is the highest luck stat, but luck is really Kate's thing. Like his identity is built around his time at the casino, and hers is not, but she has the higher luck stat. I think that's really interesting. One quick question on the end game, or the end of game, or whatever it is that Kate Sith's final one, the one that will kill everybody in one go. You obviously respawn. Does the enemy? Or are they gone now?
So the way it works in the game is that it's all random encounters. So if you're moving around a certain region, you're going to run into the same multiple enemy multiple times. It's going to happen. Now, if it's an actual story character, once you fight that story character where they're at, you're not going to fight them there again. So, for instance, Ruby weapon and Emerald weapon, you can only fight them once in the game. And that's it. They're dead forever after that. You can't go back and refight
Yeah, that
them.
makes sense.
Just like it's not like I can go back to fucking wherever, Nibelheim, and fight Sephiroth multiple times. He's not going to be there. He'll be there that first time you fight. I don't think you fight Sephiroth and fucking Nibelheim, but regardless, it's just point something out. So, but the other smaller enemies, those are all going to be things where, as I said, random encounters, and with random encounters, you're going to fight them and you're going to kill them, and then that's it. They're done. So that's kind of where that sits.
Okay. So does Ruby weapons? No, it sounds like you use that. Your team's going to spawn back again, but you don't get anything from them. Now, when you kill like Ruby weapon and Diamond weapon and Emerald weapon, all that kind of good stuff, do you get any kind of experience points or materia? Do they have any drops or things like that?
So you get a shit ton of experience for your materia, and you get a shit ton of gil. You also get a lot of experience in general, but the biggest thing that you get from them is a specific item. So
that's
you
right.
get the desert rose and the fucking harp and stuff like that you take to the Calm Traveler, and he's the one that gives you the master materia for a specific
that's
item.
right.
Yep.
Do you get all those things if you use the end game or whatever it is?
Yeah, you'll still get them, but it's just it's that super hard to get. Like, I mean, getting game over is pretty fucking rough.
Game over, sorry. Yeah. Avengers on the brain.
So yeah, it's pretty hard to rough. It's not like it's that easy to get. So there is that. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, that's pretty much where that sits. Like I said, limit breakers are really, really cool. And they work differently in different games, so they're not all the same to each Final Fantasy. For instance, Crisis Core, when we watched the Death of Zack, it was something I cut out of the video, but you saw a little bit of gameplay where it had that roulette slot machine. It would land on 3 characters, and if the 3 characters match, it popped their limit breaker.
Oh, interesting.
So if it was all 3 Aerith, it would heal you.
Huh.
Yeah. So yeah, that was also a pretty cool little spiel with that game. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't my favorite system, but all the Final Fantasies are kind of different. So they all do different things with the limit breakers and the summons and shit like that. It's always kind of been different systems that they were trying out per game to kind of see what worked, you know. And certain people who love their specific games think that their systems are the best. Obviously, I think my system is the best as well. I've played other systems and I like them. It's not like they're bad, but you know, there's pros and cons to either or. So
is this something that Final Fantasy people argue about, is whether or not their system is the best? And oh boy,
and it's mainly
sounds like a valuable argument.
It's not so much limit breakers, it's more the materia system, because of how drastically that's changed from game to game to game. So yes, this is an argument that happens in Final Fantasy subreddits and shit like that, of who, first off, whose game is the best, who has the best limit break system, who has the best materia break system, who has the best music, So, and the one thing that
music,
sucks,
we know who wins that.
Well, you think. You would think that. But that's the thing that sucks about being a Final Fantasy VII fan, is that because it's the most popular, that's what anybody will always come back with whenever they can't argue. Is the only reason you like Final Fantasy VII is because it's the most popular. Cool, dude.
And of course,
You're
your entire
intelligent.
life is built around this,
Yep.
and you're like, no, I will take you out.
I can't stand it whenever people go to that because it's like that's just not, and that's not an intelligent argument right there. That's all you're gonna come
No.
back to me with. I mean, I'm coming back at you with solid facts. I got in a fight with somebody on a Discord before, and they were talking shit about the game due to the fact of its graphics. I was like, well, you got to think about back in its time. If you look at those graphics, look at the awards that game has won since then. It's over 23 something years, and it's still getting inducted into Hall of Fames. You know? And so then I went back, I was like, it was the first fucking video game to ever do fucking CGI cutscenes and award awards for this. It's the first one to ever have orchestrated fucking music and won awards for this. It's like, I have solid facts, and all I get back is, well, you only like it because it's the most popular. It's like, okay, obviously you're just not intelligent enough to have this argument, so that's fine with me. I'm okay with that. That's the only comeback you have versus all the facts that you can go look up for yourself that I just displayed for you. We don't have an argument here. I win. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to tell you. Don't know what to tell you. Yes, it is the most popular. Is Cloud the poster boy child for fucking Final Fantasy VII? Absolutely. And Final Fantasy in general, pretty much. Doesn't mean shit to me. Dude's a fucking badass, and the game fucking speaks for itself. That's all I have to say on that one. And I'm not trashing any other Final Fantasy. I enjoy a lot of the other ones. 9 was great. That's probably my second favorite. I love 12. 8 was really good as well. 10 is another one, although 10 has its issues. But 10 is another one that's pretty damn good. You know, 13. I haven't played 15 yet. I do have to play 15. I also never played 11 or 14 either. But that's because those are massive multiplayer online games.
And that's...
Pay
Wait a
to
minute,
play.
you like playing those kind of games.
Yeah, but it's pay to play. I don't want to pay $60 or $60 a year to have Xbox Live, and on top of that, pay $15 a month to be able to play Final Fantasy.
God, yeah, that'll bleed you dry. Jesus. Let me guess, those games also have microtransactions, don't they?
Probably. I don't know.
Oh, hell. Screw that.
So you're thinking if I wanted to play both of them at the same time, you're talking $30 a month just to have both Final Fantasies going at the same time?
Nope. My little accountant heart is running away from that. I can think of 85 cost less than that. That's terrible. Ugh, why would you do that?
Yeah. That's kind of where that sits. But
bleed you dry.
Before we continue to go down this road, because we're getting close on time here, we should go ahead and talk just a tad bit briefly about Yuffie. We got to hear the entire backstory on Yuffie. Once again, if you guys did not pay attention to the last episode, where we did a little bit of a dive on Kate Sith, 4-8 Productions is the channel that I use for the deep dives. Dude does a really, really good job of the Final Fantasy VII characters. I've never watched any of his other videos on any other characters that I usually go for Fantasy Union. They're also a really good channel to check into. But yeah, anyways, Yuffie. How are we feeling on Yuffie now? Now we know more of her story.
I really like Yuffie. I really like Yuffie. I think like her youth and kind of, I don't know if some of what she's been through is the right word, but I think her youth for me excuses a lot of like the theft and some of the nonsense. Like, these people just kicked your ass. They're not afraid of you, but you somehow need to hold on to this. Like, you're immature.
She's the #1 ninja. All powerful.
That's okay.
It's so funny.
Like, it fits this like grandiose image that a lot of kids have of who they're going to be when they grow up and haven't yet figured out that most of us are going to be normal people, and that's okay. Yeah. and so that's excused in a lot of ways, especially because she has a lot of courage. She's a 16-year-old living way away from home. She's been through some weird home shit, trying to there's so much that she's trying to accomplish, and she's doing it alone. Like, she's a super loner, and that's not easy. That's not healthy. That's not good for a 16-year-old. And so I really like Yuffie, especially because in the midst of all of this, she doesn't have the loner, I will stand and brood in a corner while the wind whips my hair romantically. She absolutely has positivity and a like joking vibe and stuff like that, and I absolutely love that. So I really like Yuffie.
Yeah, she's really good. Like I said, if you guys want a deeper dive, obviously we can't really go into too much of that because we're on a little bit of time schedule here. But if you guys want a little bit of a deeper dive, I definitely suggest that you go and check out that video. I give you all the need to know about Yuffie because it goes so much into the audiobooks and all stuff like that that we haven't even gotten close to coming to. If we even do go to the audiobooks, we'll see. Yeah, well,
that might be a lot.
But
we'll see.
yeah,
if you want
that's
it,
definitely
request it.
a we'll see. Yeah, that would have to be a pretty good request because it took me a while to get through all the audiobooks myself. But I do want to say one thing, and this is because I thought that this would be an awesome topic to bring up. So once again, not trying to give all these fucking shout outs, but I know I said this channel before too. Soldier First Class. Dude's almost about to hit 10K. Congratulations, man. I know you don't watch my videos, but if you do, congratulations. You fucking deserve it. He actually did a deep dive into the trailer and went back and watched the entire thing in extremely fucking slow motion and noticed something a lot of other people did not, including myself. During the Apps battle, when Tifa is fighting Apps, Cloud goes to run in as Tifa jumps back, and it happens, and I'm talking like a split second. I'll probably have to show you this video like after the podcast before we all get off for the night. But it happens for like a split second where Tifa jumps back, lands on Cloud's sword, and uses his sword as momentum to launch back at Apps. So there's going to actually be team fight combos. And that is not a thing in the first. It looks sick as shit.
That's awesome.
Right? I was like, what? Which Kingdom Hearts does a lot of that. So it doesn't surprise me that they would try to put that in to Final Fantasy VII's remake. But yeah, it was pretty fucking intense. I was like, what?
Oh, that's so cool.
Like, you actually see the sparks coming off of her fucking boots as she's jumping off of Cloud's fucking sword and stuff and launching back into the fight. It's pretty fucking sick.
That's awesome.
I'm pretty excited to see how that goes.
Well, friends, that will wrap up our 20th class in our Final Fantasy VII semester. Jump in the comments. Tell us what your favorite limit breakers are. If there's anything that you think we glossed over or may have missed when the video was going that you're like, hey, but this you really need to know, feel free to tell us. We'd love to talk to you about it, and we'd also love to be educated. Maybe there's something you know that Chris doesn't. It would be amazing. You're welcome to try. But either way, we'd love to interact with you down in those comments or on our Twitter or Twitch links, which you will also find below. But most importantly, if you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe and tell your friends about our channel so that way they can check it out too. And we will see you all in our next class. Bye, friends.